The future's changing, and it's changing fast. From the way we experience our daily lives to how industries are operating, there are massive technology-led changes taking place, transforming the way things are being done and how customers want to be served. As a bank, we are creating an adaptive layer in our technology architecture to encourage innovation so customers can benefit from new business models, better products, and improved customer journeys. Introducing aXess. This platform allows us to connect, collaborate, and co-create with customers, partners, fintechs, and developers, driving an innovation and technology culture through openness and the spirit of community. Here, we share and support interactions based on APIs and emerging technologies to create better products and services to empower our customers with more choices. At aXess Labs, both our internal and external developers experiment with the latest technologies to create reusable capabilities and share best practices through open source. aXess Academy upskills technology expertise in the disruptive business landscape through customized training interventions with hands-on approach so our developers can upgrade the skills needed to build the bank of tomorrow. The ongoing technological revolution will fundamentally alter the way customers access and use financial products. An open platform architecture is paramount for a bank to serve the present and future needs of its customers. Join us on our aXess platform to accelerate the open banking journey and create the future of banking with us.
Hello, my name is Sebastian Wedeniwski. I'm the CIO for Technology Strategy and aXess at Standard Chartered Bank. So thank you for joining me in this session about aXess journey. Yes, to explain you a bit this. So I hope you have seen the aXess gave you a first impression of our journey and thinking about the future of banking. So I hope you also have here with the FinTech Festival a very nice and amazing time and week. Yes, so I'm definitely like so much here, so many cool tech this week, what I have seen and what is growing with this whole FinTech world and how we shaping around the open banking mindset. Yes, so and I want to give you also an impression what we are doing here with aXess in this whole FinTech world. So please post your question on the live chat and I will try my best to answer them during this time. So, and anyhow, you can always connect with me afterwards and give me a lot of things there and we will give you also the impression about the aXess journey. So let me give you a bit of vision about the aXess and why we brought this branding and the open banking, what is the future of banking culture we have put here together in and how we think about that. So how do I see the future of banking? Let me start with that. We see definitely in the future the bank will come to the customer. So, and what does it mean that the bank is coming to the customer? Yes, so it's not anymore physically I'm coming to the bank to do banking or digitally. So it's really in a sense of we have to embed the financial services in the customer context. So that means really the future of banking in our vision. And this means like the data stays where the client is. And what does it mean now when we want to go this journey and to see this future is how we want to achieve this. And that's all about the aXess culture. What I will explain now a bit more in detail is all about engineering culture, what will be essential in a banking context to achieve such future of banking vision. We have created aXess to groom such culture and to build on principles like continuous learning. And what does it mean to continuously learn and experimenting? And in that sense, so I will be more specific with the aXess Academy, aXess Labs, and aXess platforms, how we'll bring this to an overall experience. So now let me explain you a bit the aXess and how we enable the Exponential in this kind of embedding financial services into the context. So first of all, what means enablement? Yes, so, and this is starting there with this shift of an engineering culture. Yes, so you have to build financial services into a context. So first of all, yes, you have to understand the context, but on the other side now, in this manner, with using the Internet of Things, all of these things, you have to go in an engineering fashion to actually build it. It's not just to sell it, to embed this. And now the engineers giving this enablement and with a culture of innovating and building, this is how to create this new context. So, and to enable that is also the next thing is about the community. So communities are multiple dimensions. Yes. So you can imagine how we can co-create in the future with clients, because that means now the embedding financial services into the context of the client. Is when it's going to institutions, to companies and all of that, then you have to start to really work in a co-creation event. And all of that means also the experts who are familiar with, you name it, like APIs, artificial intelligence, blockchain, and you name all of these emerging technologies in this sense, how you take this and to on one side learn in this culture, on the other side also to drive some activities in communities. And you can make it active with universities, and you can also do this through hackathons and doing some problem statements coming from business, coming from, you know, different kind of people, and then coming people together to actually solve these problems in a period of time. So, but communities is one element. The other element in this kind of co-location of an academy and lab means also to explore, to learn, to see use cases, to get this experience and to connect the different experiences across all of them. So as you can imagine, if going with all these challenges and innovation, then you want to connect these experiences in a kind of exploration manner, so that you stay in front of a vending machine and then you explore about, oh, how can I use facial recognition to make a payment of that? Yes, so then you also use a vending machine to completely change this for financial services, like for credit cards, to get this instantaneously. Or you can go and you use a robot or a drone to drive services directly delivering you in your context. Yes, so, and this, all of these things bring the devices into a new world, and to connect this with financial services. That's now the connected experiences to explore new use cases in different manners of when it's going to payment or to loans or credits, etc. So, and how to drive this continuous learning agenda. Yes? So it's more like then you have to think in different levels. Yes, so it's like same when you start with artificial intelligence. Yes, so some of them has to explore as a foundational level. Yes, so to see, okay, what does it mean for me? How is this there? Is it more business relevant? Is it more like, you know, now technology relevant, to keep ahead of these different trends and to start with the exploration level. But then the advancement can means also like if you go really to the experts who are very, very geeky inside artificial intelligence and looking now into financial data, they need now on a higher level to get really deep problems. Yes, so when it's going to real time, when it's going then also to multiple different diverse set of data to bring this together. So now learning is multiple dimensions and also the exploration. So that's now the way why the connectivity and communities are not just one enablement. It's really also about like how to advance through this journey. As you can imagine, we are now more than 2 years on this journey to explore how we are getting on this aXess forward. So now after this 2 years, what we can and actually we really brought up the aXess platform on the FinTech Festival 2018, first time launched at that time. Now in the meantime we achieved 157 APIs. What you can see on the aXess.sc.com. You can explore this by the different categories. I would call it like in this journey as ingredients. Yeah, so we have 157 different ingredients where you can work with them and you can find a way, okay, how this financial services capabilities matters for me. So, but now these APIs as ingredients are not enough. You will not be, satisfied to have a meal just with ingredients. So now you need to go beyond of that, and you have to create your recipes. So, and to really get excited about like what you can do with these ingredients, and even other people has done. So on this aXess.sc.com, you see on the platform also a lot of use cases, real use cases, what were implemented in different markets. And there you can see like recipes, taking ingredients and driving it to an actual meal. So is it still the meal what you love or you not love? I think that's not what matters. What matters is like now you get the way how you get these ingredients into a possibility of a meal, what many people love, and actually also is in production. So now take it now beyond of Bahrain, Hong Kong, South Korea, where we have all of these use cases. Now you bring it really into the context of your country, and then you can actually create your own meal and your own flavor. So that's now the beauty of 157 APIs, where you can bring the different regions, the different countries' perspectives to create your own meals with your own flavor, so that you bring out of this existing use cases, new use cases. So what you see on this aXess.sc.com is not just the ingredients, not just the use cases. You can now dive into, you can try it out, you see the details of the documentation, how to use it and where to use it. So, and as is real, as I said before, in these 2 years, we have not only created 157 APIs, we also created now real partnerships, because that's the journey in this API. And to embed financial services into the future, you need this co-creation, you need the partnership, you need to think about, okay, the open banking philosophy. So in here, just some examples, what we have there in Hong Kong and in South Korea. Let me pick, yes, the first one was really actually already last year, that we started there in Hong Kong, and Money Hero was one of the first one we were there in the partnership. But let me highlight now some of the reasons why. Yeah? So if I'm going now in South Korea, we are very proud to partner with Kakao Pay. Yeah? So they are really a mobile payment and digital wallet service. And that's now the way how we integrate into their services and make online transactions more smoothly into what they call in Kakao Talk, where it's an instant messaging platform, very, very popular in Korea, South Korea. And there is now where financial services really is embedded into this context, this through open APIs and within our partnership in this journey. So you can also not just do payment. Yes, so we can do also with TOS in South Korea is another partnership where we are going really to a wider range of financial services. And this is like loan offers. Yes, and how we can make a better choose, to let customers better choose the different offerings and to go there. So we also partner there. Yes, so and not just to stay in South Korea. Yeah, Hong Kong. Let me pick one very highlighting here is like cybernetics, also a very recent one. This is Hong Kong HKMA phase 2 of the open banking, open API framework, is that we really brought this up to a big data platform. So, and that's now the way how we think differently, not just to say, okay, we have an API and we plug into an existing world, and then the existing world is like just connecting a transaction like a payment. It's also about like how we leverage now the world of big data and advanced analytics, AI, and to make it even real time. And the cybernetics is one focusing on mortgage. And then the mortgage, we really in Hong Kong, how you can best apply for that. What is best for me if I'm going to a property agent and I want to really look what is with the best conditions, with my behavior, with my needs, and even in the area where I'm going in Hong Kong. So to get the best out of that. Yes. So, and then you not just go to one bank, or you have to go to 2 banks and then to compare. You have really all the things is coming to you in your need and your purpose. So here I gave you now just a few examples how to leverage financial services to embed this in your needs from individuals. And as you can imagine with this, I just picked out a very, very few out of this 157 APIs. And with that now, it's, you create a lot of things what you never can thought about this even 2 years ago, now where we are now, where we still go faster this journey. And as you can imagine, is also like the cultures of an engineer is also to embed this into the countries and to bring this also in the different areas where also the people think different, the language is different, the requirements also, the perception and what they want is also different, because the partnerships with some of this even local customers is the spirit of the APIs to connect them last mile. Yeah, so not just to sell our network, what we have is Standard Chartered with 40 plus countries, is also then to connect the last mile. So far with the spirit of labs and academy to co-locate them, we have started early the year is with Bangalore. Yeah, so in India, Bangalore, we launched our first physical location with an academy, with the labs. First, you name it, with a connected car, with a connected refrigerator, and we brought these things together there. We have the first grads program where with universities in India, we connected more than 100 students. Started the 6 weeks class running with real business problems, going there and to solve them and to prototype rapidly in the 6 weeks from zero to a full running, like credit decisioning engine. Yes, so that was Bangalore, our first location. Yes, then we moved also to a second location in Chennai in India, where we have also a huge development lab and to enable there. So also running there with universities, with grads, and bringing all the students really fast start into the banking knowledge with the engineering culture, what we want to establish here strongly. And after that, we also went beyond of India. Yes, so we launched then our academy and labs locations in China. Yes, so and there we started first in Tenzing, because this is where we have our first location development center there. But also now, as a very new location, we are going to Guangzhou, much bigger location where we also have an experience center, as you can imagine, where labs and academy is a part of the experience with clients, with co-creation, enabling the clients, enabling also our partners, third parties, and so on. And that's why I'm here as well in Singapore Fintech Festival. Let's talk also about Singapore. Yes, so now I'm very proud to also announce that we have launched our location in Singapore. Yes, so what is different? Yes, what is same? Yes, there are common things. As I said, it's called labs, it's called academy, is this connected experience, is all of that. So this is a common ground all across these different locations. But you name it, like for example, the universities. This is specifically where now Singapore has a different focus than India universities. So where we are also working very close in Singapore with MES, with some of the key partners, where we also started with technology companies to really focus here what matters for the Singaporeans. Yes, so, and in that sense, on this digital learning agenda, we have, common grounds, like what I call this experiential learnings. Yes, so this is like on one side, instructor-led, where you are getting, we have some teachers, we have the dean, we have here virtual classes as well as, physical classes. And then you can do this hands-on, you can try this out, you experiment this, smoothly also with a hackathon. You go into that, but also it's a kind of community. It's not always like scheduled there. It's like you think about micro learning, think about, in the kind of community learning where you can try something out just with a couple of people together and so on. So why we are doing this in Singapore? Yes, so as you know, also our technology headquarters is from Standard Chartered in Singapore. So here was a very clear decision with the leadership team that we need, where we are driving now the strategy, a part of my role as well with the technology strategy, how we enable that, how we are driving this transformation. And you name it, very key in our technology strategy, supporting and enabling the business strategy. So it's like cloud transformation. We are a lot committed in the next couple of years to achieve and to transform into the public cloud. Yes. So, and beside of that, yes, I named it open banking. What does it mean to be embedded into financial services? Cloud is where our third parties are, where our partners are, where the services in the future will be connected. So open banking, APIs, how to bring this. MES is doing a lot of things there around. Then the data centricity. Yes, so we as a bank, we have a lot of data there, how we are expanding it, how we are extending this, how we are going there beyond of the traditional banking data and really driving this in a consent with the client to drive higher value. Emerging technologies, very, very broad, a lot of things, you name it, Internet of Things. I gave you some examples with a vending machine, refrigerator, car, you name it like that, drones, robots, all of that things. And in all of this context, you can embed a blockchain to drive financial services and so on. You can embed artificial intelligence there. A lot of this kind of technologies, you can go very, very wide with financial services. And of course, very key, as I started the journey with the engineering culture, is not just the technology itself. Yes, so imagine how we enable in a financial services in a bank engineering culture. Yes, so and for that also quite uniquely, what is regular for technology companies is not just to have grads program, not just to hire technologists, is also how to groom them, how to retain them, how to drive this. So we built an engineering career path. We have also running on these models about what means a distinguished engineer, to be distinguished in a kind of banking context. Yes, so I will still say this engineering career paths are very diverse. Yes, so because it can be an engineer in a design phase where you have to explore with customers how a service should be embedded, how a service should be exactly be experienced, so to be there. And then beyond of that is you need engineers also how to develop this actually. Yes, so how to not just think about the design and then to connect like the ingredients into a kind of customer journey, is then also to map this customer journey through APIs to then the capabilities to actually build then the service out of that. So that's a very different engineering career path. And at the end, you need also engineers, very senior engineers, actually to run and to maintain such systems, to be 24/7, to be real time. Yes. So where the bank was more in the past, more like batch oriented, more like, not always on, is now really to be in this new world where the expectation will be there. So the fresh grads, as I said, we are running multiple programs. Now we are going newly also, not just what we have done in the beginning with 6 weeks grads programs. We are also expanding our whole model to 18 months. Yes, so this means that we are also thinking a longer exploration on this career path and how to enable them through to understand the entire bank, not just to go in one area and understand just one area like a core banking system or a payment system or loan system and so on. It's really to understand, okay, how our customers maybe individual clients, or then when it's going to corporate clients and so on, to understand them, how to interact with them, and to have not just to differentiate, oh, this is B2B business, this is B2C business. It's the whole world about B2B2C, where fresh grads and then growing up to technologists can really enhance work into this new engineering culture. So that's the way how we are building up this academy, and what we started here with labs, hands-on academy, the platform, the ingredients to deliver that. But beyond of that, and this is now what you see, and when I started with the career path, what we also make it now differently, especially now with Singapore, is there's not just one leadership competency. Yes, so there's not just like to say, oh, I understand now technology, now I'm an engineer and distinguished engineer, and now I can really build my financial services into a context of a client. That's not enough. Yes, so, and beside of the whole technology skills and upskilling of that, we decided we are investing 5 million to upskills and strengthen the Singaporean workforce, where we are talking about really 8,000 staff here, and we built a global learning hub. And what does it mean, this global learning hub? What we call Discover Lab brings now 9 future skills academies together. Yes, so under one roof. So the aXess what I gave you was really technology driven, where that was the primary intent, how technology will enable business. Now let's think bigger and beyond of that. What I said also with a distinguished engineer. A distinguished engineer without passion for the business is not a distinguished engineer. So, and here this 9 academies, just to name them. Let me start with one of this. What I want to highlight really is like, okay, the new way of working. As we know with the current situation, what we experience in 2020 a lot is like, yes, we need to have a different mindset, how we think in, to be digital, to work digital, to be agile, and not anymore like in a sense, okay, if I'm going back to how was the agile thinking in the past, was really like physical co-location. Oh, but look, when you see and when you think about how was really agile set up, it was like, yes, they are saying really about face-to-face, daily stand-ups and so on. In today's technology, you can still do face-to-face, but now with a different way. You don't need to be physically in one room to do face-to-face. So now, but how we want to be enterprise-wide to be really agile. So the new way of working, this is one academy where we're investing. The other thing is also leadership. Yes, so the aspiration of the leadership, inclusive leadership, and all of these aspects what you need in leadership, not only the technology, but the broader leadership to drive this forward. Yes. Then human skills. Yes, so is this growth mindset. Even when I talked about open banking, future of banking, you have also to think about the emotional intelligence. You have to think about many things, because you still interact with a lot of different humans and aspects in this world. Yes, so human skills is the third academy. So fourth, client advisory, what we named there. Now, as you can imagine, with this agile transformation, we are product centric. So we are thinking about in the customer journeys, what will be our financial services products? It can be a digital product. It can be an API. It can be a lot of things what we are putting there in this client advisory, and how to train it, how to enable this overall end-to-end. Yes, so to leverage the technologies, to leverage new possibilities, to leverage new client expectations, and also this kind of co-creation, and to bring this in the client advisory. Digital, a huge other academy, what we put there inside, not just to look from an technology angle, what means emerging technologies, what means, this to use artificial intelligence or a blockchain and so on. So digital is really about like, what does it mean for business, and how is financial business using digital? So remember what I said before, in the past, you not use digital or just more to support function, yes, of your branch and so on. But you, as a client, you move physically to a branch. then today digital is more in the sense like I still have to use the bank's mobile app to move digitally to a client, to the bank to do now banking. Now digital is going to that digital is coming now as a new channel to the client. What is different? It's not just, oh, I have to use the bank app to do banking. It's now really going beyond of that. And now how to explore these new digital channels, how to explore these new digital capabilities. So that's a big academy. So let me name now 2 further academies, and then let's wrap it up afterwards. So 2 others, as I mentioned, also close with digital is data and analytics, because this is one heavy academy itself, how to use all our data really proactively for our clients, to, if the client wants it, that we really enable our clients to use better the right products, and to bring this into a context where the customer is, what the customer needs, and to understand this better, more insights. And with the cloud, as you can imagine, data is getting a very different way with the whole big data and real time. Last but not least, it's now, because we are a bank, cybersecurity is essential to run a bank. Yeah, so because you as a client trusting us, you as a partner wants to work with us in a trusted behavior. So Cybersecurity Academy is really focusing on this cloud journey, on this data, complete new models, on this digital, all this way where we are going, how we still protect it, how we still following the whole regulations and the frameworks, what we are following there to ensure highest security and resilience in the bank. So I gave you a lot of a summary now about these 9 academies. Let's wrap it up quickly so that you saw, okay, that's now where we started with the aXess, with the Mindset, with different locations, and also where we drives these labs and academy co-location in a very broad set, and where we are now with this global learning hub in Singapore. And I'm super excited that now also be based here in Singapore, that we can do this with the next level, to engage with the universities, with the new talents here, and to drive this amazing journey. Yeah, so I hope I gave you a good summary there. So in the interest of time, let's go to Q&A. So let me see what kind of questions you have. I see one. Okay, why does engineering culture matter for the bank? Good question. I hope I answered a couple of things already, but let me wrap it up what I said. So first of all, the engineering is really the point to embed financial services into the context, because we need all these digital capabilities, you name it, like the ingredients, and to really develop them, to really make them also 24/7 digital, to really also drive them forward into the whole new world of the internet scale with cloud and AI and all of this emerging technologies. So in that sense, now that's a part of the engineering. So why culture? And why an engineering culture matter for the bank? That's a good question. So now here it was like really in a sense that the banking culture is transforming, where now engineering culture getting a different relevance to be embedded there inside. So, and this means, because an engineering culture is not equal to a banking culture. Yeah? So, but now with this transformation to the future of banking, and where banking will be much more embedded into a financial context, is now how this kind of engineering mindset to build things, to understand things, and to drive this technology in the bank. So that's why it matters. Yeah, so I hope I gave you this answer for why it is really critical, actually, for a future of the bank. Good. Let me see further. Actually, a good second question. What I see there's completely related to that, even tougher, is why should an engineer join the bank rather than a tech company? Okay, good. So one is like the first thing was really about why it matters for the bank. I think you got that. That's more like our bank on queue. Now, why we talked about grads, we talked about students. And as you know, they love to go to tech companies. Yeah, so the big techs or even the startup tech companies and so on, or even to fintechs. Yeah, so why should they join a bank like us? So it's a very good question. So let me explain you, and as I'm an engineer, why I joined a bank. Yeah, so and I came from a tech company, and what is really there, what makes the engineer unique in the bank. Yes, so it's like you have really as an engineer the possibility to change the bank in massively into the future of bank, what I said to you now, to think completely differently with technology. And to make this possible, it's like, look and imagine that if you're going to the Internet of Things, if you're going to the automotive industry, electronics industry, industrial sector, oil and gas, medical, all of these industries are transforming. And all of these industries needs financial services. So, and now this is now the beauty. Financial services is everywhere, in all across these industries. And now as an engineer, you have really the possibility to change. Now this financial services does not mean anymore, oh yes, I have to just move some data from a client to a bank, then make my technology inside the bank, and then I'm moving back to the client. So now the boundaries across all these industries are blurring. And financial services is to monetize all these services. What is relevant there into the new industrial 4.0, or when you see also like then the Internet of Things, etc. So yes, technology companies, there are a lot of engineers now, but in a bank to drive from an engineering, that's now where the engineers will be very, very unique, distinctive, how to change this complete new world. Good. In a matter of time, okay, I see a lot of questions. I can't answer, unfortunately, all. And as I said before, let's stay connected, and I try my best to continue that and so on. Yes. And so let me pick one last question. Okay, you see, I love to take questions related to engineers. So here I see, how do we continuously enable learning for engineers to grow and stay engaged? Also a good question. So what does it mean? Yes, so it's like, and this is now where a tech company was in the past, or even today, is very different. You know, they hire students, they groom students, they create them to distinguished engineers, and even a distinguished engineer is not as one finished target. Yes, so it's you name it, like they're always, you know, rapidly changing technologies. New technologies are coming, new possibilities are coming. You name it, like cloud, AI. How is this evolved? Yes, so and now this is now the way where technology companies from the beginning, they really enabled to continuously learn as an engineer from the beginning. That's one of your spirits there, and you grow into this learning. Yeah, so, and that's the way you're getting new challenges, and you're getting even tougher challenges to stay engaged. Yes, so now as a bank, we are going exactly the same way. Not just to hire students, is also how to groom them, how to build. And that was explained a bit like on this academy website and on the aXess.ac.com, where you saw a bit like a glimpse of our aXess Academy, of our engineering career path, how we enable them and how we grow them. So this means like, okay, you're using Hackathons platform. You are using an academy as a place for communities and also to learn. You are going there with micro-learning to engage there. You are really also going beyond of them with co-creation with clients. And in this way, you explore, you really also experiment with things, how you learn hands-on about the new things. So, and that's now how we see you continuously be enabled to learn. Yes, so learning is not an exercise what you can say, oh, now every Friday, like this 1 hour, I'm now innovative. And during this innovation cycle, I'm learning. It's not that way. You are really in a sense where also the technology, and remember also the academies with a new way of learning, we are really going there that as a human, you start and you are really eager to learn when you are really prepared for that and to see and very individually how to go this journey. And we as a bank enabling this, that people, especially engineers with the different disciplines, can grow and stay engaged and going there. So with that, you see, with the 3 questions really coming with the engineering in the bank and staying in the bank and learning with the bank and driving the future of the bank. I think that was also the spirit of why we are coming here in Singapore to building this global learning hub and driving this multiple dimensions with the different academies. So in this time, yes, I hope you enjoyed the time. I hope you got some perspective, and I'm thank you very much for listening and to participate. Thank you also for this good questions, and thank you definitely also for the Singapore FinTech Festival. As I said to you 2 years ago, we started this journey. You see where we are now. It's really a wonderful time here, and always to see the huge possibilities. So last but not least, visit us, stay tuned, go to the aXess.com, and thank you again for spending the time with us.